What's up, guys? GP here, back with another episode, more Arizer content for you guys. You guys have honestly been liking the Arizer content recently, and of course I've been doing some of the show content, I've been doing some of the book reviews, but I do want to help my fellow cannabis connoisseurs find ways to save money, essentially. I understand that now in 2024, I mean always, but now in 2024, weed is an extra cannabis, weed, the dabs, edibles, whatever, are an extra expense for a lot of people and isn't cheap. Smoking weed is not, whatever you want to call it, it's not a cheap medicine, it's not a cheap habit, it's not a cheap recreational activity. Actually, compared to a lot of other cheap recreational activities, actually pretty cheap. Like if you really thought about, you have an eighth with a friend and y'all sit at home and chill and smoke that and talk or play video games or watch a movie, that is cheaper than going out when we're talking about the grand spectrum of entertainment. But regardless, today I wanted to give you guys a more discount option. I've been talking about the Argo, I've been talking about the Arizer XQ2, which I started the video vaping on here today. But today I do want to talk to you guys about the V-Tower. The V-Tower is an older model of Arizer, and I've been big on Arizer recently. If you guys want to know why I've been talking about Arizer so much, a lot of it's because I moved. You obviously can't see it behind me right now, but I moved into a new apartment that doesn't allow for smoking. And so I can't smoke joints, I can't light up a bong or anything like that in here. So I've moved to being solely Arizer, and this, inside at least, this V-Tower is half the price. Currently it's $99.99 on the Arizer website. I actually checked right before I filmed this video. They always have deals running, so I didn't want to get the price wrong. I think normal price is like $120, maybe $130, something like that. But I understand that a lot of people don't want to fork over extra money for the XQ2, so I figured because I already have the machine, I already have the piece, I figured I'd do a little pro and con for you guys, and also try to save some people money if you don't really need the XQ2. Because I understand a lot of people want a tabletop unit, but they don't necessarily want to fork over the $200 to $250 for the XQ2. So let me tell you about the V-Tower. So currently I don't think I even have the power cord for my V-Tower anymore. If I do, it's somewhere stowed away from when I moved. So what I'm going to do is take out the plug out the back of the, let me take one more hit. I'm going to take the plug out the back of the XQ2 that I'm vaping on right now. I'm just going to plug it into the back of the V-Tower. And then I'm going to carefully take the bowl that I'm puffing on with the XQ2 and just put on the V-Tower. Really just to show you guys that these are very, very similar pieces. Arizer may not like me doing this video, but I want people to understand that these pieces, they're almost identical. The main difference is a few aesthetic things, because the XQ2 is clearly just a nicer looking piece than the V-Tower, but also it doesn't come with as many attachments because the V-Tower doesn't have the fan built in, so there's no bag attachment, there's nothing like that. But other than that, they're pretty close to the same. Let me turn on the V-Tower and see how it hits. I actually haven't hit it in years. So I already have it set to 375, so we get it hot. I'm gonna get it up to 385 for this video so we don't waste any time, and you guys should be able to see on camera how long it takes to heat up. The V-Tower before I got the XQ2 was a very good piece, and it still is a very good piece. I didn't really have any complaints. I actually got to work with Arizer a few years back. I haven't even been in communication with them at all, but I got to work with them a few years back, so I was able to get an XQ2, and full disclosure, that's the real reason why I stopped even using the V-Tower. I missed it, and actually before I moved on to the XQ2, I had just put this sticker on there, which I actually really like, and I may have Like, I really wanted to keep the V-Tower simply because I like that sticker so much. It's been sitting up on my shelf, and I really just like looking up and looking at this random ass cat dog sticker. So right then, you just saw how long it took to heat up. Not very long at all. Very, very comparable to the XQ2. If I was a more scientific person, I probably would just turn on the XQ2 and see how long it took. The problem is the XQ2 would need to cool down completely before I did that test. But if you can't wait that long for a piece to heat up, vaporizers probably aren't for you. Or you need to work on your patience. As I heat it up and get the bowl going, yeah, I know I need to clean the piece. Y'all can put it in the comments. I get it. I need to clean it. Since the last video I did cleaning it. I get lazy with cleaning pieces, guys, and it doesn't feel completely necessary. Like, it doesn't really impact the taste. As you guys saw at the beginning of the episode, I still get clouds, but I'll get around to it. Alright, what's going on? So I like to be honest with y'all. I'm having issues with this, and I realize why I'm having issues with this is because the build is different. So the bowl, it fits perfectly on here, but I realize the flower is far away from the heating chamber, so I'm having to pull very hard. So if we're comparing them, the XQ2 for sure gets much bigger clouds and lower temperatures, and is a bit easier to pull, I would say. It seems like the heating core is a little bit like, it's just not as close to the flower or something like that. It's taking more to heat the bowl up. As you can see from the video, I turned it up higher than that one, and I still haven't been able after a few minutes to get the clouds going. And so, I mean, this is at the end of the day, a good thing. This is an older V-Tower model, one thing. Two, the XQ2 is supposed to be better. The XQ2 is like 2 models after the V-Tower. I'm just trying to show you guys that don't want to necessarily spend as much money, that do want a more budget option, that the V-Tower is still a quality option. I'm still getting hits. Let me get back to it. See, I'm getting big hits now. I'm having to turn it up higher, but what does that even really mean? It's not burning me, it's not hotter. It's literally just the machine might be older and I was being very impatient. Because what was happening was it was top loaded, it was loaded into the downstem. The downstem's all the way up here. This unit doesn't seem to get maybe even as hot or something like that, or it's just taking longer than what the thermometer on the front said. But now they're pretty much the identical model. I can't put a bag on this, but if I just go whip onto this, whip onto here, it's very similar. I'm about to get lit either way. It really goes to show you Arizer has been making quality products for a long time now. Yeah, this one doesn't have the light ring at the bottom. The display doesn't look as good. There's no fan. But at the end of the day, when you put the downstem on there and you put some tree in there, maybe it might take a little bit more. It might not go as far. The heating on the XQ2 might be perfected a little bit more. But it's going to be up to you whether those differences are going to be worth the extra money that you're going to pay between the two. I'm just here as a messenger. I'm here to let you guys know that you have options, and you have options that are very affordable at the end of the day. I mean, $100 dry herb vaporizer, when I was first getting into dry herb vaporizers almost 10 years ago, it's not the same anymore. Like, those were almost like throwaway. Like, you almost needed to spend an exorbitant amount of money to get quality. Here, it's proving that you can get quality, and it might be a little bit slower, it might be a little bit worse, but for a lot of you, that won't matter. I'm the type of person to where I don't always need the newest thing. And so when I was brainstorming videos I wanted to make, I was like, why don't I just talk about the V-Tower? Because it's not the newest, but it's still quality, and there's a lot of people out there who aren't trying to pay for the XQ2. So this is for you guys. I don't work for Arizer. I don't work with Arizer. This is not a sponsored video. I actually don't think Arizer would sanction this video. I'm sure they'd prefer you to get the XQ2, but the fact that I still saw it on their website shows that they still trust the product, because they have discontinued other products. And the fact that I just pulled this off my shelf unused, 3 years, and it's smacking me right now. Arizer V-Tower, still a quality machine. It's been another episode of a video on the Grant Patterson channel, some of his Arizer content, if I want to talk about myself in the third person. I've really enjoyed this session with you guys. I hope you had some lit up. I should have said that at the beginning of the video. I should start including that, but I do encourage you guys, whenever you're watching my content, if you don't already do that, I encourage you to light up. I encourage you to have a session with me. If it makes you feel better to talk at the TV and answer some of my questions, feel free to do that. Hi, my name is Grant. If you want to introduce yourself through the screen, that's fine. I'm not going to call you crazy. We're all just sitting in our houses, lit, trying to pay our bills, wondering why groceries are so high. Just trying to have a good time. I'll see you guys next time.